It was a monster win for the Rowdies over Monterey Bay. Now, Tampa Bay, it is full speed ahead for them to the postseason with 3 home games in 1 week, beginning with the Rowdies hosting Loudoun United next. Welcome to an absolutely gorgeous Saturday night here at Al Lang Stadium. The Tampa Bay Rowdies back on the home turf as they host Loudoun United. So long here at home. Ryan, what can the Rowdies do with these next 3 games?
True, these next 3 games, they're not practice, they're game time practice, where players who are on the peripheral start to get formed, try to get into that starting 11. Players who have injuries, Coach Collins are going to mind them, make sure they get ready for that playoff run.
One player who is ready for the playoff run. How about Nicky Law? A tremendous strike against Monterey Bay. The one-timer completely changed the complexion of that game.
He's dynamic and he's also experienced. He runs into places where the Rowdies need him to contribute, whether that's passing, whether that's creating or finishing off goals. Nicky Law is that juggernaut player that is perfect for the Rowdies midfield. He covers up spots that's needed to be covered.
More is going to be on his plate as the Rowdies move into the postseason. Tampa Bay also without Leo Fernandez tonight. How is that going to affect the club?
I think other players have to step up. Players like Jake LaCava need to step into that playmaking role. And Nicky Law is going to continue his form, so he's going to fill that gap as well. So a chance for players, not a deficit for the Rowdies, but a chance for players to step in and take command and lead the Rowdies.
Leo won't totally have the night off. He will be our halftime guest. That, of course, coming up later. It's the Rowdies hosting Loudoun United. We've got the kickoff coming up next on ESPN+.
Amortized 5-year debt schedule requisition.
Come a little closer, mon petit chou. Feel that fascination if you're there. I think that I like you. I think that I like you. I think that I like you.
I've been working for Baycare for 13 years.
Going on 20 years?
12 years. 15 years.
20 years.
5 years. 6 years.
15 years.
28 years. It's not just an ID badge, it's a badge of honor. Do you have what it takes to wear it? Find out at baycarecareers.org and see why Baycare is the only top-performing large health system in America that's also a best place to work.
I've been in Baycare for 5 years and my experience is great. I love it.
Baycare, humanity at work.
¿Puede un seguro médico ayudar a curar la soledad? ¿Puede cuidar a tu mejor amigo también? ¿O tomarte de la mano por 9 meses? ¿Puede estar disponible para ti a las 3 a.m.? ¿Puede estar contigo en cada paso? Nosotros sí lo creemos. ¿Qué más puede hacer un seguro médico para ti? Averígualo.
50 years of automotive excellence doesn't just happen. It's built on a commitment to that excellence, and we wouldn't change a thing. I'm excited to announce Reeves Import Motor Cars is now part of the Morgan Auto Group family, giving you an unparalleled buying and service experience that's uniquely Morgan, like the Experience More Guarantee at no additional cost. But it's more than selling you a vehicle. It's the experience, the lifestyle. Introducing the all-new Morgan Import Motor Cars. Experience the lifestyle today. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Just moments away from kickoff, Tampa Bay Rowdies, Loudoun United FC. We're happy you're here. Sit back, enjoy USL Championship soccer from what we feel is the greatest venue in the league, Al Lang Stadium. Loudoun United takes the pitch tonight. 8 wins to their credit this season, 20 losses, 3 draws. The keeper is Luis Zamudio. This is a team also very young, several players looking to break in, like Jeremy Garay, number 14.
Yeah, he's a fine. He has excellent.
19. Rowdies will certainly have him tightly marked. Then there's Tampa Bay. Remember, Phil Breno doing a stellar job as the keeper for the Rowdies. Really starting to settle in. Jordan Scarlett in front of him has had a tremendous season. Nicky Lowe, we talked about in the open, and Seba Guenzati still stuck on 60 goals. A tremendous chance here over the next 3 home games to become the Rowdies' all-time lead scorer.
Well, he's the ultimate professional, so he's going to play every game like it's his last. And look for Jake LaCava and Seb Dahlgard to really start to pinpoint and pick out passes for Seba Guenzati for him to get off that mark tonight. I think it's going to be an excellent game. You see 4-3-3 on the screen. It's going to line up 4-4-2 defensively.
Starting lineups presented by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tampa, and the Rowdies. A very rare opportunity to come out tonight in the all-white kits. Rarely do you see Tampa Bay wearing those all-white uniforms, and they are extremely sharp. The Rowdies are ready to go.
Yeah, you know, new kits means new ideas as well. A little bit of unpredictability, Drew. We just mentioned the 4-4-2 system. Look for that to be played for a long period of time on the field tonight with LaCava and Guenzati, with Dahlgard playing that right midfield role. They bring out the white strips tonight, and it's exactly what this Rowdies team needs at this point in the season. Unpredictability going into the playoff run.
Loudoun United going to have their hands full. They come in with 27 points. This, of course, the second team to DC United. They are rounding the corner here on their life in USL Championship. They won't be in this league next season.
Yep, MLS Next is really picking up steam, and Loudoun United will pick up its position in that league next season, which means teams like Jacksonville, New Orleans will start to take their spots as those MLS feeder teams are weeded out of the USL.
Take a look at Nicky Lowe there. And on the other side, see Tyler Freeman. He is ready to go. We're underway from downtown St. Pete. Loudoun United and Tampa Bay Rowdies. St. Anthony's Hospital injury report to start us off. Both teams relatively healthy. CJ Cochran has been out pretty much all season. And Jake LaCava attacks immediately for Tampa Bay. The ball knocked down by Zamudio. So we've got a couple injuries for the Rowdies. Van Castellanos is out. We'll take one more look at the shot by LaCava, stopped by the keeper. Also, a player like Jake Armand still working his way back to the pitch. I think right now the Rowdies satisfied, but they could get a little bit more healthy here before the postseason. I
think the reason we've gone to the 4-3-3 or 4-4-2 is because Jake Armand is not fully fit. If he was fit, they would go right back to that 3-5-2 or 3-4-3 with Jake Armand hugging that left midfield / left wing back role. So that's to tell you the impact he's had with his injury, with the Rowdies actually switching up formation because of that.
As far as our keys to the match, let's hit them. Ryan, what have you got?
I think the Rowdies have to win the center circle. The 3 they have in midfield tonight with Lewis Hilton, Jan Ekra, and of course Nicky Lowe are going to have to crowd the center circle and really disrupt this 4-4-2 with Loudoun. Now, Loudoun on the other hand, because they're playing a conventional 4-4-2, why not use that width? Have those 3 midfielders of the Rowdies be stretched out wide and then control the game from the lines.
Aaron Guillen, first touch. Nicky Lowe in the 11 tonight. He's going to be counted on big time the rest of the way for Tampa Bay. This is Lowe setting it. LaCava, another shot. Jake LaCava coming out, firing. Maybe some contact from behind there as Rouse Mob and Skyway Casuals settles in here.
What an opportunity. We talked about the game for this man, Jake LaCava, to step up into that role as Leo Fernandez is not on the pitch. He is going to be target number 1, just behind Guenzati, to the guy to either create a shot for himself or create a pass to someone else.
Jake LaCava sitting on 11 goals for Tampa Bay. 4 assists to go with it. Had that incredible start, cooled off about mid-season as he has started to get a lot of attention from opposing teams. Loudoun will send this one back and attempt to clear it. Loudoun United, big, physical, and very skilled. Sometimes chemistry has lacked this season, as you would imagine. Several players going up and down the system. Jacob Green now puts it in motion. Nicky Law gathers back, and there's Guillen.
There's so many talented kids on this Loudoun United team. Just trying to break into that next step, that DC United MLS team. So even though they may not be as seasoned as these Rowdies players, they're so unpredictable. These younger teams like Loudoun United, etc. Coach Collins often talks about that to us before the pregame. When they play these feeder teams, it's so hard to match up with them because you don't know what to expect.
Knocked down by Green.
Jacob Green is one of those athletic players that can play on either side, right back or left back. They lack a little physicality, but boy, his speed completely compensates for his lack of size.
Switch the point of attack now. Ball delivered nicely here. Jacob Green. He'll put this one in motion. Breno watches it into his hands. The former William & Mary star with 11 saves in his 3 appearances.
Boy, did they need Phil Breno to step into this position as AJ Cochran stepped out with that injury. And Phil Breno, talk about answering the bell. Coach Collins is delighted with his keeper. He stepped right in. The entire team knew he had the capability to do it. Boy, he has breathed confidence into this back line as he stepped in.
Talked about Nicky Law a lot. How about Castellanos now with the ball at his feet? He is definitely a difference maker for Tampa Bay when he is healthy and he's in there. Connor Antley now sending it down the line as it is gathered out there by Sebastian Dahlgard. Almost don't recognize Dahlgard with the longer locks. Guenzati now giving chase. And that's Husu Landry. Saw his athleticism there on display. One note for the Rowdies as Coach Collins tinkers with the lineup here at the end of the season. Steven Dos Santos active, likely to come off the bench. Remember, last season he was used as a weapon off the bench as Coach Collins will mix and match in these 3 games, try and find the best unit. Guenzati trying to shake free and just offside. Seba eager for goal number 61.
He's going to be right on the shoulder of that last man. It's either going to be Zane, as they pronounce it, or Robinson. At the back, he's going to be right on their shoulders, trying to just run in between the lines, just like what Seb Dahlgard did, playing him through. Look for Guenzati to be knocking on that door for the entire 90 minutes.
Dahlgard over the Law. Well done. Rowdies look smooth and crisp here in these opening minutes. Zamudio able to reel that one in as Landry now attacks.
The 3-5-2, there's usually a lot of width, and the Rowdies go from side to side and they build up with sort of a calm tempo. In this formation, they get to be a little bit more direct. They have 3 players up top with Dahlgard, Guenzati, and Lacava, and then have Jan Ekra making that run in behind. So that's 4 players joining the attack. So I like the direct play by the Rowdies so far. Again, unpredictability, and that's exactly what this team needs.
Dahlgard, nicely done. Seba, the target man, tries to send it back. Offside one more time. Second time he's been called here in the past few minutes. So Tampa Bay will throw it in. Tonight it is Hispanic Heritage Night here at Al Lang. And for the Rowdies, Steven Dos Santos, Leo Fernandez, Seba Guenzati, Robert Castellanos, Aaron Guillen, and Santiago Castaneda all celebrating. And you will see the Somos Rowdies t-shirts throughout Al Lang. Very, very special night it is here for this home game. Lacava gets tied up. Jacob Green. And now Lacava will tap it out here. Tampa Bay will have it. Guillen will throw it in.
Really enjoying Landry, number 19. His aggression in midfield. He's a box-to-box player, and he tries to sit close to Downs, who's the holding midfielder for Loudoun. LaCava and crew are going to have a hard time trying to crack through that middle with both Landry and Downs, number 19 and 15 for Loudoun United.
Lewis Hilton, nice distribution here. Dahlgard cutting it back. Lays it for Law, just short of Guenzati. Lewis Hilton over to Connor Antley. And it's out of bounds. Tampa Bay will throw it in.
Interesting tidbit, Benteke gets his start tonight. He just gets signed to a contract with Loudoun United because his older brother just got signed for Washington for DC United. So he's left Loudoun, and now his younger brother, Benteke, who's starting tonight, gets a chance to start. And what an opportunity for that family to be a part of this organization.
Yeah, certainly. Posting up now. See Jan Ekra. And Jordan Scarlett will throw it in here.
Castellanos has such a presence about him, Drew. Whenever he's fit, he has to be in that starting 11.
Well, the yellow card comes out, and you see Husul Landry a little distraught, knowing exactly just went down to get a little talking to by our official.
Well, he's a disruptor, Landry, and his entire job tonight is to be doing things like this, trying to disrupt possession and create counterattacks. Now, only 9 minutes and 15 seconds in, he's on a yellow card. Not sure if he's going to last the full 90 minutes because his coach, I'm sure, will be considering him after 45 minutes.
So here's Lewis Hilton. Quiet year for Hilton, 5 assists. Playing his best soccer here in the month of October. Just gets better and better usually as the season goes along. Had a remarkable 2021 campaign. This season not far behind. And we were excited to get a visit from his parents in the pregame. Tina and Jim Hilton, just delightful people making it up here into the booth and talking about Lewis growing up in this great game of football.
Oh, such a great personalities, Tina and Jim. And what a pleasure for them to come up. Thank you so much for coming to the booth. And yes, Lewis Hilton, we've heard all of the bad stories, so we will release them in time.
LaCava dumping it off, and now Nicky Law. Really fast pace of play right now by both sides. And here's Hilton sending it back. Jordan Scarlett, different player this season than what we saw in 2021.
Talk about learning experience for Jordan Scarlett. Really rough last game of the season last year in the final, coming back from an injury/illness, and had a rough 90 minutes against Orange County. And then that had a real hangover to this season. Started off really slowly and then picked up the pace and got rewarded finally to be called to the Jamaican national team. So the international Jordan Scarlett really bouncing back in 2022.
Yeah, seemed like a different player after that experience. Sometimes a little time away.
Yep.
Get to see a different system, experience international play, kind of brings you back down to earth, and just worked wonders for his game.
Talk about Castellanos and Jordan Scarlett with Aaron Guillen in the lineup. Talk about 3 impactful centre-backs.
Jan Ekra. And now Loudoun calmly working it. Tyler Freeman.
Love Tyler Freeman's ability to drop back in that number 10 position and hold possession just like he did. A lot of pressure coming from the Rowdies, but the number 11 held his nerve. Great foot skill, as you can see there. Just a class player, Freeman.
Yeah, Freeman very dangerous. Tremendous with the ball at his feet. Jacob Green. Here's Green. Rowdies retreating. Aaron Guillen. Right side now. This is Leland. Leland on the ground. Set up a dandy shot. Top of the box now. And the whistle immediately.
Well, Zane, number 7, playing that left back position. Looks like the ball bobbled up and hit him on his wrist. Here it is. Look at Freeman hanging back behind Benteke, just arriving late. Great defensive play, but it just bobbed up and hit Zani right on that left wrist. Even the referee, no choice.
So best chance of the game thus far for Loudoun United. Rowdies right now 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. Lou City and Memphis in front of them. Tampa Bay can still squeeze into that 2 slot. Have to play nearly perfect the rest of the way. Law watches it skate by to the feet of LaCava. He'll get it back. Mickey Law with the shot. And Zamudio able to come up with it.
Well, again, this was LaCava holding up the ball and just waiting for Nicky Law to come around the corner. And as Nicky Law presses the horn, beep, beep, here comes the pass. And look at that deflection right into Zumiro's hands.
Castellanos. Dahlgard able to knock it down, trying to set it for Antley. Here comes Connor Antley. Oh, major contact in the box. Connor looks up, not going to get a call here.
Yeah, it looks like Landry just got in front of him and puts himself between Antley and the ball. So good defending by Landry at the end.
Good no call there?
Yep, excellent good no call. He got in between Antley and the ball, which allowed him to sort of deliver that contact, if you will.
And down, that is number 19. Andrew a little bit shaken up after that exchange.
But he's had a very interesting last 5 minutes. Got the yellow card. He just tangled up with Connor Antley. Not sure when he fell, if he snapped his neck or hit his head. Here's it again. Now look, when he falls, Landry's head, it snaps back. That is always a concern for concussions or neck injury.
So he will get up, walk off the field under his own power. And could possibly be a decision because, okay, Ryan, you're playing with the yellow card and you're just shaken up. His minutes may be numbered here.
Yeah, I think Loudoun United and Coach Ryan Martin may be looking down the bench to see who can get warm very quickly. Don't want to take any chances with a youngster like this or any player.
Well, Tampa Bay has Florida's most ways to play. Claim your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. Scoreless here, 17th minute. Drew Felios and Ryan Davis alongside this incredible Rowdies television crew, bringing you Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer for every single home match. Jake LaCava has his pocket picked. We invite you to hit us up on Twitter tonight, wherever you're watching around the world. Best time of year, month of October. That's when things really get interesting in USL Championship.
Yeah, I mean, you have the playoffs just around the corner. You have football that just started, baseball playoffs. It's the most wonderful time of the... Drew Felios, Sirius XM radio on Wednesday, the Rowdies game.
Can't wait. Jan Ekra trying to take advantage. Oh, the keeper comes up, takes one right in the grill. Does his job getting the save, but he paid for it.
Well, we talked about the Rowdies being more direct because of the formation. And now Jan Ekra coming in behind the back three. Zumiro just making himself large. Jan Ekra just goes straight at the goalkeeper. Expected a little bit more composure.
Well, he took a knee to the head, friendly fire that time. Thought it was the ball, not the case. As Tampa Bay will have their first corner kick here. Lewis Hilton, the in-swinger. Rowdies getting into position. Hilton with those 5 assists heading into this game. And also coming off his 200th USL appearance. He's had quite a career. Guenzati goes down in the box, and that is going to be a PK. So, Seba goes down. Leo Fernandez not in the lineup tonight. The question is, will Seba get to take this shot?
Well, just going back to the replay, we see Downs. He has his foot on the ankle of Guenzati, and El Capitan has just grabbed the ball and has now walked 12 yards away from the goal.
You want drama? The last time Seba was in this position was just about a year ago in the USL Championship Cup final. Denied on that night. This would be one heck of a redemption to become the Rowdies' all-time lead scorer, and the crowd starting to realize it.
The thing with Guenzati, he has not been kicking penalties. How good is the technique? How good is the placement? And Zumido already playing games. He's not even standing in the center.
Seba Guenzati! A goal to put the Rowdies ahead, and a goal to be the best Rowdies scorer of all time.
Well, El Capitan takes his place in history. Leading scorer of this incredible club, Tampa Bay Rowdies. And he's done that through hard work, dedication, and Ralph's mob at his back. Penalty, Zumido playing mind games. Guenzati sticking to the script and goes to the top right corner. 1-0, and there he is paying homage to the fans. The captain.
What a player, what a run he has had as a Tampa Bay Rowdy. Crowd soaking in this moment. History made tonight. Wow, that's as special as it gets.
What a way to get it too. I mean, a penalty kick. You just mentioned what his last penalty kick was like in this stadium. And now he gets redemption by breaking the all-time record from the spot.
Back to business for Loudoun. Oh. Right into the hands of Breno. Was some traffic in there, so a dangerous play, but Phil Breno so far unflappable.
Just got a quick glimpse of Garay, the number 14. A lovely soft touch to the overlapping Zane.
Well, celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select, proud to be the official match ball supplier of USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. How much of a load is lifted off the plate now with Seba Guenzati?
I think the entire weight of Tampa was on his shoulders, the Tampa Bay area. And I think now he's going to play a little looser and with more confidence. Sports is all about confidence, Joe. This sport included. And now you're going to see him play with a little bit more pizzazz, a little more swagger. And that's what you need. And a little less thought, more reaction. Great tune by Landry. Look at this guy. The complete package.
Take it away, though. Tampa Bay with a chance to double their lead. LaCava sets it into a pretty good spot just before it got to Jan Ekra. Good cut off that time by Jeremy Garay.
Yeah, LaCava did everything right. He put that ball in the danger area and was up for the Rowdies players to get desperate, to get aggressive. When the ball goes to the sides, it's the guys in the middle have to be aggressive, have to want it, have to attack the ball, and they didn't in that situation. No, there was no knock on LaCava whatsoever.
So Hilton sets up for the corner. Rowdies on the board here. A 1-0 lead. Keep an eye on Jordan Scarlett, number 5. Ball coming in his direction. Ball snuck in, and it is a goal! It is Castellanos getting ahead on it. Tampa Bay doubling their lead. How about that?
Another player who needs that confidence lift in Castellanos, riddled with injuries. And Zumido has just had a howler. But Castellanos attacking the ball at the near post. You talk about aggressiveness, putting his body in between the defenders, getting his head to it. Anything can happen after that. Came off his shoulder. And Zamiro just has a nightmare, the young goalkeeper. And the Rowdies fans love it.
Just what Tampa Bay has needed coming back home. How about the season this guy has had? Robert Castellanos off the header. And for Castellanos, that is the first goal he has scored as a Tampa Bay Rowdy this season.
Had big shoes to fill with Forrest Lasso going out to Europe. Castellanos comes in from loan from North Carolina. He's been riddled with injuries, but boy, he has pedigree. He has size. He has athleticism. He has know-how. If he can stay on the field for this Rowdies playoff run, I think you get a different look Rowdies on the field at the back.
Here's Guillen. Nicky Law, a little flick. Aaron will chase it down. Jan Ekra on top of it. Look at this ball distribution. Dahlgard felt he was hit. Official right there. We play on.
Love Seb Dahlgard in a 3-5-2 or 3-4-3. In this 4-3-3, I think I would like to see a Deon Harris in that right wing position, just cutting loose. You have Jan Ekra behind him protecting him, Lewis Hilton protecting him. He doesn't have too much work defensively at that right wing position. Maybe something for Coach Collins to think of in that second half. It's sort of fit for Deon Harris, that 4-3-3.
Hanley has it tapped away. That's Landry once again on guard. So Connor Antley, 3 assists to his credit. Such a force for the Rowdies in his second season. Castellanos now, and Tampa Bay will build from the back. Good crowd on hand here tonight at Al Lang. 3 home games within the span of a week. Rowdies fans going to be treated. Of course, one of them, the one coming up on Wednesday, a makeup game because of Hurricane Ian. So Tampa Bay will have that midweek affair. Again, just fine-tune things before the postseason. Rare opportunity to have 3 in a row at home.
And I think what a stage for the Rowdies players to have those 3 games at home to then go into the playoffs. I think it's almost a gift.
Ball is going to skate down the touchline and it stays in.
That ball danced on the line like a man that I know of called the Samba Man.
Jan Ekra winds up with it. Ball is deflected. Went right off. Number 2, Rio Hopgrind. And it'll be out of bounds. Corner kick coming up once again for Tampa Bay. Jan Ekra. An interesting year for the Rowdies. Just feel like the Rowdies have several guys, Ryan. We have not seen their full potential, and hopefully now is the time of year where we start to see all of that.
You know, this man, Coach Collins, has a tough decision. They have some real faithful Rowdies. Jan Ekra, Seba Guenzati, Leo Fernandez, guys who's been with the team for the longest period of time. At what point does Coach Collins look at the roster and start to make tweaks going down the line? The toughest decisions, the non-emotional decisions.
Hilton puts it in play right in front of that 6-yard box. It came down. Castellanos being very aggressive offensively.
You know, we see Jan Ekra, just his ability to come through the middle and provide service and goals coming behind the number 9, coming from deep from midfield. Does he still have that drive with pace through the middle, Drew? That's a question that needs to be answered in the next 4 games. The 3 games, this one, the next 2, and of course the first playoff game at home in Rowdies. Can he still serve the Rowdies team in that area?
Jacob Green going down. Officials blow a whistle on the contact. If you're a Tampa Bay sports fan, you probably know by now the Tampa Bay Rays season comes to an end earlier today. So tough break for the Rays. The brother of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, of course, same ownership. But for the true diehard Tampa Bay fans, hey, jump on board with the Rowdies. It's going to be a fun postseason, and Rowdies all but assured at least one home game here at Al Lang in the postseason. Aaron Guillen able to recover. Loudoun starting to look around, a little frustrated here. LaCava will hold things up.
I like how involved Jake LaCava has been in the first 45 minutes, sorry, first 28 minutes. It really starts to bleed confidence into his game. It starts to fine-tune his touches in and around the box.
Put it in front of LaCava, and they'll send this one out. Jalen Robinson tapping it out. Tampa Bay will now throw it in the 29th minute.
LaCava offside, but I have to say this Loudoun United team, those 2 goals change matches, and you can see it's been a punch in the gut for this Loudoun team. They're now a step slower all of a sudden after those 2 goals, especially after the Zumidio howler in goal. Let's see if this young team can sort of build back up its strength, its mental strength.
You have so many players, so many different learning experiences, makes it awfully tough like a team. For a team like Loudoun on the road in a venue like this. Here's Green. Tyler Freeman, so dangerous with the ball at his feet. Castellanos trying to stay with him. This one on the ground, crossed, and good heads-up play by Guillen.
Well, defensive compactness, defensive formation. Rowdies showing that they can be disciplined, not all rush Freeman, one go, one stay, and wait for the ball to come in.
Well, at Boat, we make the best gear for you to enjoy life on the water. From paddle boards to floating docks, committed to pushing the boundaries of innovation, style, and design to help you stand apart. Stop by our St. Pete store to get the Boat experience. Ball comes straight in, and there's Guillen once again getting involved.
Looks like it was Hope Gund who took Aaron Guillen's legs out from under him. You know, we look at Aaron Guillen playing the left-back role. Usually the Rowdies play 3 centre-backs, but before he came here, his role for his last team was a left-back. So he's so adept of playing that position and being so effective overlapping and being that full-back that comes around. LaCava.
Guillen once again sets it airborne. Antley comes up, can't collect it, and Landry able to give it back to Loudoun United. In case you're just joining us, Rowdies have a new all-time leading scorer. Sebastian Dahlgard getting his 61st off a PK. Gonna lay this one now in a pretty good spot. That's Leland right there on top of it. And Loudoun now with a throw-in.
With Leland, an attacking midfielder.
Corner kick coming up, actually.
Arriving late to the game, winning the corner kick. He has such great size, Leland. Players sort of bounce off him in the middle of the pitch.
So Tyler Freeman, so calculating here. They'll send a line drive in. Good job by Ekra to get a piece in the box. And this one is shot and set into the stands. So Rowdies defense nice and packed in. And I'll tell you what, the more you watch Breno, just continue to be impressed. This goalkeeper for the Rowdies rarely out of position. He is just where he needs to be at all times.
He's the kid that just gets the chance to show what he's got. He has such enthusiasm and energy about him. And I think the players feed off of that energy that he has. I mean, he still doesn't have that commanding presence that Cochran has in the 18-yard box. But because of that enthusiasm, because of that energy that he brings, I think it kind of sort of compensates for what Cochran brought, that calmness that Cochran brought.
Just remember a couple weeks ago when it was clear that Cochran was pretty much lost for the year. You could see it in Coach Collins' eyes. He was worried big time about the future at keeper for Tampa Bay. Not the case now, as Breno has calmed his fears. And he even talked about thinking about pursuing Evan Loro again, but Loro, of course, not available. Coach Collins giving Breno the opportunity, and he has cashed in.
Well, the question is, and if I could read lips and understand Coach Collins, he says, stop pointing fingers and take care of your own house. Yeah, it's almost like the old saying, never fear Phil Breno is here. Like he steps up to Coach Collins, I got this. And he stepped between the pipes and really just played with enthusiasm, energy. And he had that productive nervousness where you're nervous, but it's so much adrenaline that he's getting to spots, he's getting to places because of that enthusiasm and energy and nervousness. And now he's settled down and starting to be, yes, play with that same enthusiasm, but a more calming presence in the last few games. And let's be honest, you're not going to get very far without a good goalkeeper in the playoffs. And Phil Breno is now starting to fill that role.
Well said. Garay over to Freeman. Freeman will track it back. Going the wrong way here for Loudoun United. Castellanos on top of it. Ekra flying in. Rowdies so crisp up to this point. Every single pass with purpose. It's looked sort of like a training session thus far. Rowdies have had so many since the start of the season. Now fun to play 3 games in the course of the week on their own home pitch.
Let's not underestimate Hurricane Ian coming in here. They had 1 training session. They had to make a cross-country trip to Monterey Bay. And then you somehow get a 2-1 win on the road. That spills over into multiple games, not just the next game. I think this team really has gelled even more.
Seb Dahlgard puts his defender on the run. And well played. Corner coming up for Tampa Bay. Dahlgard, the Great Dane, those long strides, so good 1v1. Has had some really nice goals this season, 4 total.
Talk about coming in here a season, 2 seasons ago, and stamping his mark. Every time he got a chance to get on the field, Seb Dahlgard did everything right and more. And now he's a permanent fixture in the starting lineup. Just like this man, Hilton.
Hilton. Oh, another header set up. And Castellanos continues to be active for Tampa Bay offensively. Well, the final week of the regular season kicks off with 2 teams vying for playoff positioning. The Rowdies welcoming El Paso Locomotive with playoff implications on the line for both sides. It's the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Locomotive, Wednesday, October 12th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN Deportes.
So, Drew, with Sirius XM looming on Wednesday, any chance of a ballad or just a little note, a verse to be sung? It is radio, buddy. You got to sing. You got to perform, right?
I certainly have a face for radio, so I'm ready for it. Actually started in this business in radio.
Really?
Student radio station up in Tallahassee, V89, Florida State University. Such a great place to get your feet wet.
That incredible voice, I'm sure you completely went above and beyond the role.
Nervous as can be.
Of course.
Let's put it at that. And here's Landry.
Oh,
impressive.
Wow.
Delivers a nice ball. And there is Castellanos again with a tackle, able to get it done. Beneke nearly upended.
Look at Landry. He did the pass just now to Benteke, and then he just disrupts the play and wins the ball back for Loudoun, number 19. Beautiful.
Send this one right. It's going to be a long run for Green if he can get there. Guillen in position. Send it in on the ground. And nothing but white kids in that direction.
With that big commanding presence of Loudoun. Again holds off a couple of white shirts. And just overhits the pass. Overhits the ball to the overlapping green. But again, the idea that number 8 has, the vision. He's going to be some player, Loudoun.
A little upset there. You see Jacob Green.
Yeah, did hit his hand, unfortunately for him. It was inadvertent, but still assisted him and his team in regaining possession.
Here's Connor Antley. He'll set it for Dahlgard. Dahlgard trying to get the cross in when Zadi was waiting for it. The ball knocked out of bounds one more time. Sebastian Dahlgard cementing a spot in the 11. Remember, he was a role player before this year. And then Coach Collins really put a lot of trust in him, and he has delivered.
And being the right footer on the right side means he's not going to cut in on his left and get a shot, which means he's going to play the ball across the box more often than not. It's up to players like Anekra and Nicky Law to really drive into the box and finish off those passes provided by Dahlgard.
This one delivered a little bit higher. Comes down to the feet of Guillen. Hilton, one more time. Some of you able to reel this one in. What a weather here in the month of October. If you have not been to a Rowdies game or have never been here, this is such a great month to try it out. Weather perfect and the soccer primo. Here's Law. Law sending it right. Dahlgard will wait for it. And now here's Antley. Look at the Rowdies connect the dots. Aaron Guillen to Ekra. Ekra getting it back. He'll lay it for Law. Law had that goal in the last game against Monterrey. LaCava trying to shoot one straight on. Had it deflected. Dahlgard 1v1 once again. It's Landry who was trying to blanket him.
Again, good job by Landry, making Dahlgard retreat right back to Jordan Scarlett. And now the Rowdies have to choose a different direction. Job done.
If you like good tactical soccer, it's been fun to watch this first half. Rowdies just dissecting Loudoun right now. Here's Law. Castellanos will switch the point of attack.
Beautiful.
It's Antley. Antley with purpose. And the ball's going to go off him. And it will belong to the visitors.
Yeah, but Connor Antley's so good in open space. But when his space gets a little bit crowded, Antley can get himself into trouble with his dribbling. And you can see the defender who's so adept at defending. He's a centre-back. Never forget. But has now been shifted to a right midfielder, right wing back for the Rowdies. Playing right back tonight beside Jordan Scarlett.
Stay tuned at halftime. Special interview as Leo Fernandez will take a moment with Ryan Davis. Yes, Ryan, your very first halftime interview on a monumental night. Seba gets his all-time career scoring goal for the Rowdies, and you're going to get a chance to get your all-time first halftime interview. Brought to you by Visit Tampa Bay.
Seba gets number 60-something, and I get number 1. I love it, yeah.
What feat are we going to remember more? I don't know. It's going to be close. Castellanos over to LaCava. Nicely done by Guenzati. LaCava and Guenzati. I really like the way these two are teaming up here in this first half.
Yeah, it's one of the pluses with Leo being out tonight. I mean, LaCava really is stepping into that role and becoming so involved. He can't hide anywhere tonight. He can't look away tonight because Leo is not there. He has to pick up that spot with number 19. And Seba Gwenzati gets that goal now. Confidence is there. The pressure is a little bit off. And the Capitan is really playing a little freer.
Loudoun trying to get something positive going before halftime. There's Breno once again coming up, cutting it off. Jacob Green was right on top of it, but again, the young keeper heads up.
Look at the energy coming off the line. Look at the anticipation to come off the line, Drew Felios. Phil Breno, that is something you have to practice. That is instincts. Looks like Rowdies have found themselves a bit of a gem.
Now it's LaCava. Fancy footwork. Tried to get it to the top of the box. First man there was Leland. Interesting to see how much extra time we are going to have here. Antley, tremendous work rate thus far. A little tied up though that time. The run will come to an end.
A good 1v1 defending by Loudoun. Connor Antley jumped on his bike and was riding all downhill. But the red shirts corralled him, collapsed, and made sure he did not provide any service coming in from the right-hand side. Seems that that left-hand side by Loudoun has done a great job.
Just 1 minute, extra time, 1 minute coming up here.
Drew, I'm excited for halftime. I can't wait to get Leo Fernandez up here. We have a discussion, talk some soccer, talk World Cup. That's only weeks away.
I know you've got the tough questions loaded up here. Cannot wait to watch that coming up. Our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show.
Agonizing, nail-biting questions.
Absolutely. Ball sent across here, and it is going to belong to Loudoun.
Now, I see Seba Gwenzati clapping there, and look at this man. He deserves all the credit in the world. Fighting through a drought is the hardest thing to do for a forward. We talked about
LaCava, he'll send one on. Jake LaCava in the final seconds of half number 1 on the score sheet.
Well, the final minutes of our half is always so tentative for players. You lose focus, you lose concentration. They practice 45-minute sessions in practice. The concentration has sort of abandoned them, this Loudoun team, and just like that, Jake LaCava picks the pocket, and now just does a brilliant individual effort to give them a commanding 3-0 lead. Brilliant individual effort by number 19.
So Jake LaCava's 12th goal of the season. What a find he has been for the Rowdies. Made the most of 2022, acquired on loan from New York Red Bulls. What a future for this young man, not only on the field, he's been an exemplary character for Tampa Bay off the field as well.
One of the characteristics he's shown to Coach Collins is that ability, that intangible off the field. And poor Zamudio, who's had a nightmare first 45 minutes.
So that does it for half number 1. Rowdies have the first say and the final say. 3 goals on the board. They've got a new all-time leading scorer. Seba Gwenzati making history en route to a 3-0 advantage. Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Special interview with Leo Fernandez is next.
50 years of automotive excellence doesn't just happen. It's built on a commitment to that excellence, and we wouldn't change a thing. I'm excited to announce Reeves Import Motorcars is now part of the Morgan Auto Group family, giving you an unparalleled buying and service experience that's uniquely Morgan, like the Experience More guarantee at no additional cost. But it's more than selling you a vehicle. It's the experience, the lifestyle. Introducing the all-new Morgan Import Motorcars. Experience the lifestyle today. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
New Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda.
Loud flavor.
The mayor must see this.
Hey, wait!
Flavor.
Mayor.
We bring flavor.
Whoa.
Citizens, I declare Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda the loudest flavors ever.
I help weight loss patients make lifestyle changes.
I give patients the tools they need to overcome obesity.
I help patients live longer.
I educate patients on the entire weight loss process.
I promote healthy habits with a healthy dose of compassion.
It's not just an ID badge, it's a badge of honor. Every day, our bariatric teams achieve the results to wear it. Take the first steps toward permanent weight loss at baycarebariatrics.org.
I get up every morning with an opportunity to change someone's life. How cool is that?
Baycare, humanity at work.
Welcome to the halftime show by Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Well, we have a special treat in this halftime show. We have the Samba Man on set, Leo Fernandez. Leo, welcome to the group, to the crew. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm glad you are here. So we have a couple of questions to ask you for this halftime show. So you have a night off like tonight. How would you use a night off or a day off like today?
Yeah, just getting some rest. It's been a long season, a grind. Really just trying to rest my body for these last two home games and then a run for the playoffs.
So this season, a couple changes happen. The left wing back position, they move you to the number 10 position, MVP type season. 16 goals, 9 assists. What was the transition like? The good parts, the easy parts, and the hard parts?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, it's a lot more sprinting, a lot more running, and trying to get the ball in certain situations. So I think I had my body had to get used to playing, more intense, and instead of like in the left wing, it's a little bit up and back. So I think for me, there was a little bit of a transition period, but as you said, I think I got a little bit more comfortable as the year gone by.
So the Rowdies so far are not in the top of the East, something a little bit different from the last 2 seasons. What was the biggest hurdle so far this season?
Yeah, I think a lot of injuries this year for sure, more than we've dealt with in the past. But, a lot of guys are stepping up each and every game. And I think if we end these last few games on the right foot, we'll be just fine for the playoffs.
All right, I have to ask you this question. Favorite player growing up and why?
Yeah, so growing up, Kaká was my favorite player. He played the attacking mid, and then he was just so fun to watch. When he got the ball and started going full speed, you knew he wanted to score that goal or play that assist. And then also Ronaldinho, of course, with his dribbling, he was just magic to watch.
World Cup starts in a month and a half. Where do you plan to watch the games, and how are you going to enjoy the World Cup?
Yeah, definitely, with my family back home in New York, big Brazil fans, obviously, but obviously rooting for the U.S. as well. My sons were born here, so it's going to be an interesting World Cup.
Well, Leo, thanks for being here. We're going to see you on Wednesday night against El Paso right here in Al Lang Stadium. So coming up for our next segment, Drew Felios, news, notes, quotes, and highlights from around the league. Stay tuned.
I mean, yeah, let's talk about today where I'm going to
Yo, roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What? This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it. What?
Welcome to Tampa Bay. Here he comes. Cross, score! Fernandez, and the Rowdies are on the board.
And it's into the back of the net. El Paso waited for their moment.
Far corner, and it's in. What a goal! Are you watching Football Americas? Oh, it is that time of the year. The USL Championship postseason presented by Hisense is upon us. Great to have you with us, everybody. 3-0 Tampa Bay Rowdies leading in this matchup right now all over Loudoun United. Couple things to get to. We've got our team of the week for week 30. Take a look at all the great players throughout this league. Congratulations. From the keeper to the forward, Sawicki, Martinez, and Suarez, our USL team of the week. The best players starting to emerge here late in the season. You see where the Tampa Bay Rowdies sit on the table. Right now, 58 points. They need Memphis to slip up, and they need to win their remaining games to possibly get a 2 spot. But right now, all indications, the Rowdies likely will enter the number 3 seed. And for Tampa Bay, that means at least 1 game at home in the postseason. Take a look at our playoffs update. Eastern Conference postseason is set. Western Conference, only 4 of the 7 teams have clinched. Lou City and San Antonio FC currently the top seed in each conference, and they will earn a bye the first week of the postseason. So that is new this year. Louisville is going to be a very, very tough team to beat. The USL Championship playoffs presented by Hisense. They begin on October 21st. So the Rowdies taking care of business through the first 45 minutes and change. Jake LaCava with that 3rd goal makes it a 3-0 game. More of our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show coming up in just a moment.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m.? Or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
New Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda.
Loud flavor.
The mayor must see this.
Hey, wait!
Flavor.
Mayor.
We bring flavor.
Whoa. Citizens, I declare Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda the loudest flavors ever.
What is vegetable storage?
It's the best parts of today's moving and storage options combined. It's your storage unit on a truck that you drive. You save time by only loading it once. You save money, and it's easy and safe. Just fetch your storage container, fill it up, and bring it back. We'll take it from there. Visit redrovers.com now for a free month storage. Red Rovers Fetchable Storage saves you time and money.
Welcome back to the Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. So excited to have you with us, everybody. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis and our phenomenal Tampa Bay Rowdies crew. The Rowdies, in case you missed it, have a brand new all-time leading score.
You know, scoring goals for a striker is like trying to get ketchup out of the ketchup bottle. Sometimes you try and nothing comes out. That's what happened to Guenzati for most of the season. And then all of a sudden, the ketchup starts to flow. He finally gets that goal, and it comes to the 12-yard spot. Look at this, Nicky Law coming around. New formation tonight, 4-3-3. Nicky Law, Jake LeCarver very involved in the first half.
Tampa Bay Rowdies continue to attack. Jan Ekra here. Keeper started out, pretty solid showing for Loudoun United, but Tampa Bay continued to knock on the door. And right there, the contact on Guenzati. Remember, no Leo Fernandez tonight. Guenzati gets the opportunity and takes advantage.
Absolute nails, and that comes from confidence and experience from El Capitan. Sticking to the script, great technique, good penalty.
Rowdies weren't done. Castellanos, an unlikely goal, his first as a Rowdy this season.
Well, poor Zambodio is going to dream about that tonight, but so is Castellanos. And how about Jake LeCarver finishing off the half strong? Exactly what they needed tonight from number 19 to replace Leo Fernandez. The young man has stepped up and provided that playmaker and goal scorer role.
Take a look at the halftime numbers. Tampa Bay Rowdies, Loudoun United. Ryan, what stands out to you?
Well, 55% possession to 45. But when you have that 55 possession, what are you going to do? 10 shots to 3. The Rowdies are getting behind the Loudoun back four and getting shots on goal. Zambodio, 6 shots on target for the Loudoun United goalkeeper. He's had a hectic first half, but the Rowdies are being direct in their play, Drew, and they're creating opportunities and chances and allowing the Rowdies team and the attack to flow. More to come in the second half. Look for Dion Harris to maybe get a chance for Seb Dahlgard. And let's see if the Rowdies can continue to create chances and get more goals. Drew?
Take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Rowdies. El Paso Locomotive, they come in midweek. We'll have them on Wednesday. You'll watch that game right here on ESPN+. You can also listen to it on Sirius XM FC. Really excited about that. Then next Saturday, New York Red Bulls 2 to close out the regular season. And then on the 22nd, we think, it looks like at least one home game here in the USL Championship postseason presented by Hisense. The sharp all-white unis tonight for the Rowdies have paid dividends. Rowdies looking good and playing great. Lewis Hilton leading the way, as he usually does. And on the other side, Loudoun United, we've seen some real talent on their side, but again, just the continuity lacking just a bit. And they've had some pretty good runs. Phil Breno has just been exceptional in goal thus far.
You know, it's so important. We talk about Jake LeCarver being that creator and that direct player to unlock the defense in 1/3, but we just talked about you cannot go very far without a dependable goalkeeper. And Phil Breno filling that slot, so too this young man tonight. Leo Fernandez, of course, having the night off because of the red card. And it gives opportunities to players like Nicky Law, like Jake LeCarver, to step in and really start to leave a mark on the game. Not so much as Seba Guenzati, though. El Capitan, the man on top of the mountain for goals scored for a Rowdy player. Couldn't happen to a more professional player like Seba Guenzati.
Second half underway.
Just want to remind everybody at home that the Rowdies are now attacking the Ralph's Mob and Skyway Casuals end, where the fans sit behind the goal. It's exactly where the Rowdies want to attack in the second half. There they are, enjoying a beautiful Saturday night in the Tampa Bay area. Ooh, and Leland has just this fantastic ball control in number 8.
Loudoun United does make a few changes to start half number 2. There's Leland sending it back, and this ball is sent in. It looked like, oh, it goes off the crossbar. Tough break for the visitors. They likely had a goal there in the first minute.
Well, that would have created a whole new momentum shift, but Benteke somehow gets under the ball from inside the 6-yard box and hits the crossbar right here.
Oh.
I think he tries to go over Phil Breno, but he just got too far under it.
That would have been a real boost for Loudoun United. Here's the substitute story. 35 in for 14. Garay's Knight is through. Avakura taking his spot. Also Gavin Turner on the pitch for Loudoun as well. He wears number 40.
I believe he came in for Landry, Drew. Landry, of course, had that yellow card. So Turner coming in to take his spot. That was always the danger when Landry got that yellow card after 9 minutes.
Remember, there have been moments this season. Rowdies have struggled right in this position, right out of the locker room after halftime. Happened in that Orange County game. Big time, the momentum just completely shifted. Got to make sure it does not happen tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of falls a little bit on the coaching staff to get the players engaged before they leave the locker room. Never easy. I mean, there still is that emotional effect where the players sort of let their guard down. It's 3-0. That's a human effect, they call it. But credit to Loudoun, they haven't stopped playing. And that's what you want to breed into your young players, that mindset.
Rowdies available for tonight. Talk about players that we could see, possibly a Tate Johnson, Santiago Castaneda, possibly. Cal Gregg, Steven Dos Santos, Junior E2, also an option.
Well, we talked about before the game, Drew, that the next 3 games are almost like in-game practice.
Sure.
So I'm pretty sure that Coach Collins is going to try to give players adequate minutes to not only perform, but to get into form.
This ball shot, just to the left. That was a rocket shot.
Looks like it was spliced in the end off the left foot, and Phil Breno has to be thankful to see that one go wide, but these Rowdy players have to step up. You can't allow the player to shoot on top of the 18-yard box.
Now Tekra being bear hugged from behind.
Yeah, easy call for the referee. That is a professional foul. Jan Ekra wiggling away and about to start the counter-attack, and Downs, the anchor man for this Loudoun team, goes into this man's books.
Second yellow handed out tonight.
Is Ekra using that body so well, like he's done his entire career. I'm going to keep saying this, and I try to remind people, Jan Ekra played for France U19 team, and his roommate was Karim Benzema, superstar for France, superstar for Real Madrid. Yes, Karim Benzema, that is Jan Ekra's roommate when he was playing U19 for France.
Pretty good company.
Yeah, not bad. Hope he got his autograph. Benzema is that good.
50th minute now. Breno and the Rowdies will build from the back. Aaron Guillen up to Seba Guinzati. Nicky Law, solid tonight for Tampa Bay. Jake LaCava, another run. Here comes LaCava. And he is offside.
Well, number 19 jumped on his horse again, but just jumped on it a little too soon. And as soon as he got within range, the linesman was obliged to raise his flag. But it just showed how explosive he's been so far in this first 50 minutes.
LaCava's been impressive tonight. Aaron Guillen now will run it down. Is there a player for the Rowdies that you're super impressed by tonight as far as just getting back into true form? Is it LaCava?
It is Jake LaCava for sure. He looks explosive. That is the word we're looking for. And that's what we need, or the Rowdies need in the last third, in order to create chances. when teams either sit back or when teams are pressing the Rowdies and the Rowdies get the ball to LaCava, he can explode into space and make teams pay. He has a little bit of a lull this season, and that happens to young players. It is a long, long season, but starting to find that form again after a very good start to the season. And Coach Collins would love nothing better than to get LaCava back on his horse.
Certainly a good sign. Ball knocked down. Here comes Loudoun, trying to turn this one. Good touch. 35 on top of it. And this is a shot taken, and it is just wide once again. So Breno will have a goal kick for Tampa Bay.
Well, it's that man Benteke again. He missed from 3 yards out, and I'm sure he's going to be thinking about it. But as number 9s go, you have to have a short memory. And immediately gets the ball on his left foot and has another shot. Just to let Rowdies fans know, the Rowdies are unbeaten in their last 12 USL Championship games. They're leading at halftime. 10 wins, 2 draws. Last time they gave up, they lost when leading at halftime was San Diego.
Rowdies attacking. Saba wants one on the ground, just deflected. Could not explode to the ball that time like he wanted.
Well, he got a little bit of daylight on that right foot, but just couldn't execute. Seb Gonzati. Here he is again, getting on the right foot. And instead of going to that first post, almost hooks it back to go back to the last.
Here's Freeman. Taken care of now by Abakora. Ian getting to it, clearing it for Tampa Bay. Remember last season, the Rowdies, the #1 seed in the East, heading into the postseason. Not going to be the case here in 2022. Rowdies, I think, won't mind not having that full target on their backs. Going to be sort of a different role as the postseason begins.
Yeah, not winning the East this year, or not winning the not winning the East, but like you said, can kind of creep into the playoffs. A little bit under the radar. Just try to get their game ready to go for that playoff run. And Coach Collins is not happy with the lack of intensity right now.
Hilton now to Antley. Connor sends it right. Dahlgard. And the Rowdies very calm here. Connecting the dots. Possessing. Making Loudoun chase. Frustrating these youngsters on the other side. Castellanos has a goal tonight. Scarlett in control. Antley now with Dahlgard. Rowdies attacking. Dahlgard will keep it on the ground. Work 1v1. Back to Antley.
I'm not liking what I'm seeing with Seb Dahlgard. For the last 5 possessions, his...
Oh, don't speak too soon. Here he comes. Dahlgard the cross. LaCava waiting for it. Sebastian a little upset at himself. Wanted to just settle it for an extra split second there.
And it's not him running on to passes like that. That's not the problem, Drew. Is when he gets into those one-on-one situations, he seems to be turning backwards and bringing the ball back to... And that's okay a couple of times. But as your winger, you need to have that bit of aggression. You have to have that sort of playmaking ability and not keep turning backwards all the time and playing defensive passes. And we just want to see Seb Dahlgard use a little bit more initiative, have a little bit more bravery in the last third and take players on. We know he can do it. So we're not talking about when he has momentum. We're just talking about in those 1v1 situations.
So Phil Breno on guard. Tyler Freeman, corner kick coming on. And Breno will take care of it for the Rowdies. Cannot say enough about this young man, the former William and Mary star. Had a nice little stint with Ford Madison, USL League One. Definitely has climbed the ladder, earned his spot with Tampa Bay. The opportunity came when CJ Cochran going down for the season. That's how careers sometimes are made, unfortunately, off injuries. Breno making the most of his chance. See the ball at Ryan Martin, head coach of Loudoun. not talked a lot about him. Second head coach in the history of this franchise. Comes from great soccer family. Father Jay been involved in the game for a very long time. Ryan with playing experience, Iceland, Germany, and also with Real Salt Lake.
That's a heck of a resume for that young coach. That's the sort of pedigree the USL has been feeding and providing a stage for these young coaches and players to come in and really hone their talent. Look at Connor Antley. That's bravery. That's bravery.
Antley strong on this run. Lays it back to LaCava. Crowd anticipating it. Oh, that was fun to watch.
We talk about playmaking. We talk about bravery. Drew Felios. That's Connor Antley on his bike, riding all downhill. And that's what we do. That's what we just talked about with Seb Dahlgard, but with Connor Antley, didn't seem to turn back. Took the ball right down the throat of Loudoun United. And that creates chances.
Ball given up. Rowdy's got to be careful here. And now Loudoun. Still looking for that first goal. 57 minutes into this contest. A few more openings here in the second half than what we saw in the first. But the Rowdies continue to have their foot on the gas pedal. This is LaCava. Green trying to run with him.
And that's okay. Jake LaCava, again, trying to be creative, trying to take the pressure on his shoulders and have some bravery in the last third. You want that as a coach. He didn't turn back. He took the ball down the throat of Loudoun United. Yes, a chance wasn't created in the end, but it showed the mentality of the young number 19. I'm sure this man has to be feeling pretty good about things. He just wants that intensity to be upkept throughout the 90 minutes.
Taken away. See Leland. He is such an imposing force down there. So definitely going to be a different league. We've talked about the new rivalries that will happen in USL Championship in the future. New Orleans, Jacksonville. You know, I was born and raised in Tampa Bay. We'll say it right now. Never liked Jacksonville.
Oh. Lines have been drawn.
Ooh, going down. Rowdies now will attack. Jake LaCava to Jan Ekra. I say that, you know, the fan in me coming out just a little bit. So every now and then you have to, to tell the truth.
You've never been to a Jags game, huh?
Maybe one or two times. Okay. Only when the Bucks played there.
Nice. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Well, with them coming into the fray, how much fun is it to have Miami, Tampa, Jacksonville, all tugging at each other's shirts?
Yep.
Next season.
Gonna be something. Jacob Green staying down here for Loudoun, a little shaken up as the staff will come out and look at him. Guenzati, meanwhile, will get a talking to. So Aaron Guillen has worn the captain's armband for most of the season.
I'm being greedy. I'm being greedy. Seba Guenzati, fantastic penalty kick. Gets the monkey off of his back. Just want to see one more. I want one more draw. I want to finish in the 18-yard box. Ball coming across from Seb Dahlgard or Jake LaCava, and Mr. El Capitan finishes the ball in the corner.
You see the players congratulating him right now.
Yep.
The great respect that 13 gets around this league.
Yep, has U.S. blood, but of course hails from Uruguay. And Ralph Smoab, who's been there through thick and thin, through Guenzati's struggles.
Well, Tampa Bay has Florida's most ways to play. Claim your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. USL Championship postseason presented by Hisense to begin 2 weeks from tonight.
Oh!
And Lita Guenzati, Sabo with his moment.
Well, we wanted one more, and the captain has delivered. A prototypical Gwenzati finish. Look at Connor Antley picking out the number 13. And what a finish with the outside of the foot. 4-0, but 2-0 to Gwenzati.
An absolutely exquisite goal by Seba Gwenzati. Already making history tonight. That one is one you can watch forever and absolutely never get tired of.
It is a prototypical number 9 foot. Look at him. He picks his spin. He takes a look at the goalkeeper. And then what about the technique to keep it down and to finish the volley? Now that is the Seba Gwenzati we miss and we know.
And with each goal, he'll add to that record. 62 goals now, the best Rowdies score of all time. And with Seba Gwenzati's goal, the Rowdies donate $250 to the Bayfront Health St. Petersburg Foundation. And also with that goal, you have to wonder, is Seba getting into better form here altogether with the postseason approaching? Antley's going to get whistled here as he got physical, and referee not reaching in his pocket at the moment. But we've said it all season. Seba gets hot this week, over the next week. Look out. This Rowdies team with Dos Santos, if he gets into form, and with everything we've seen tonight, Leo Fernandez not even out there tonight. This team going to be dangerous.
The Rowdies missed production from the number 9 position, the center forward position. They've been waiting for their captain to find that form throughout the entire season. If he can find just a sliver of that form that he's had for the last 3 years, this Tampa Bay Rowdies team is legit contenders.
Shot on the ground, and Breno able to cover it. So clean sheet so far for Phil Breno. Again going down. With whistle made right there. And Breno working on his first clean sheet. So if Rowdies have anything to play for, that certainly is it. Speaking of the rest of the way, as Dahlgard now gets it to Antley. Antley has looked really good tonight.
Connor Antley should be equipped with lights on a horn drill. He has that sort of physicality.
Rowdies finding feet. Hilton over to Connor Antley. Dahlgard trying to sneak in. He does just that and buries it inside the far post. Oh, beautiful.
Well, Seb Dahlgard didn't have to run at anybody, but boy, did he look up. Picked out his spot in the net and just nailed it. The quality this man can bring with shooting is bar none. Beautiful ball from Connor Antley. But what about Seb Dahlgard opening his shoulders up and look at the finish to the far post. That ball just whizzed past Zamudio. No chance for the youngster. An important goal for Seb Dahlgard. Didn't look like quite himself for most of the game so far.
Goal number 5 of the season for Sebastian Dahlgard. 5-0 the score, 65th minute. The rout is on here at Al Lang. And if this Rowdies team shows up in the USL postseason presented by Hisense, the rest of the league needs to look out. Dayon Harris, Lucky M. Kosana, and Junior E2, the first substitutes. And a line change coming in for the home side.
We're going to have Jake LaCava coming off, who had a fantastic game tonight. That all-important third goal at the end of the first half. Dayon Harris comes in, which is so important. And what about this man? El Capitan gets his round of applause. And the man from Zimbabwe comes in, Lucky Nkosana.
Junior E2 right behind him.
Fresh legs in the midfield as E2 comes in, like you said, Drew. Interested to see who he came on for, rather.
Fans tonight have been treated to a show. They've seen history with Guenzati. That Dahlgard goal was special. LaCava has been awesome. It's been a full team effort. Now Deon Harris. Tell you what, this could be easily a 7 or 8-0 game with the firepower that has just come in.
Yeah, those guys are eager to get on the score sheet themselves. Lucky Nkosana, Deon Harris, and Junior Etu, those fresh legs coming in for Jan Ekra.
And one more coming. This is Vom Steeg, Carson Vom Steeg. No, rather 44, rather. That's Adrian Coffey. Coffey entering for Loudoun United. And Jacob Green, tough night. Goes to the bench.
I know you're not much of a coffee drinker, Drew, but I am a coffee drinker, just to let you know.
Something that I've never taken up because I'm afraid that it's going to become an every morning thing.
And it should be.
That's all I need.
It needs to become an every morning thing. It's called the nectar from the gods.
Like to see Junior E2 have a nice shift here. Number 6 for Tampa Bay. Tried to get more minutes on the field this year. He's not really had the chance to truly settle in. Robinson sending it far side. And this one will be tapped out by Junior E2. Get back into position. Deon Harris in for the Rowdies. Talk about a guy that shows flashes of brilliance. 21, certainly that guy for Tampa Bay. Are you surprised, Ryan, that he hasn't become sort of an everyday 11 guy for the Rowdies? He continues to be brought off the bench.
You know, I just think he took a little time to sort of settle into Coach Collins' system. And I think he's still growing as a player. And I think he's just going to fill those shoes perfectly in the upcoming months and years for this Rowdies team.
Little physical now. C11 Freeman on Antley. And now Lucky Nkosana settling for Tampa Bay. Lewis Hilton sends this one in motion.
Wow.
Harris on the other end of it. That was quite a ball.
Wow. That was about 50 yards.
Harris attacking with purpose. There's Dahlgard, Hilton, E2 all getting a touch. Rowdies right now just having fun. It's been all Tampa Bay from the start.
It now looks like a training session.
Loudoun able to get it back. You can see some of the frustration starting to be shown here. Well, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. And we are so excited about the upcoming match Wednesday night when the Rowdies host El Paso. We will be on Sirius XM FC. They'll take our broadcast and broadcast it on Sirius. So excited for that as Antley goes down hard. And hopefully he does not fall on his hand that time. As coming to him is Coffey.
I want to take a look at this replay again. Just the intensity of the Connor Antley is very frustrated. Look at the intensity of the tackle that comes in. and gets none of the ball.
And you read his lips, my finger came down odd that time.
And so often we talk about intent. And the intent to go in on Antley there just seemed very high.
And you saw it on the other side with Freeman as well. Antley sends it towards the goal. That ball had a chance.
Look at the tackle here. It's by Coffey, completely goes over the ball and gets Antley. No yellow card.
Not that that was intentional, but Ryan, sometimes when it's 5-0 and the team is just tired of being scored upon, try to do anything just to show some pride. And
yeah, absolutely.
Perhaps that is some of the case there. Here's Leland trying to maneuver. A lot of white jerseys around him. Top of the box now, this is Freeman. Freeman with Antley there to deny.
All the attacker Loudoun has. Look at the defensive shape by this Rowdies team. Look how compact they are. Again, just white shirts in the passing channels and the shooting lanes. Oh, beautiful.
Jordan Scarlett on top of it, junior E2, able to come out of there with it. And things are really getting physical now. And we're going to see some yellows handed out here.
And this is Coffey, who we talked about the tackle he had on Antley, and now comes right back with the next challenge and gets the yellow card. Here it is again, E2 just starting the counter attack. Yep, and there's Coffey again, nowhere near the ball.
Well, looky here. Rowdies set to send Tate Johnson, the academy player, into the game. Aaron Guillen will come out, and what an opportunity here for the youngster.
I love this. I love what Coach Collins has done here. Bring the youngster in, let him get a taste of USL sort of speed and intensity. What a chance for the young man. Look at this man, still directing traffic. The orchestrator, Lewis Hilton, still pulling the strings. We just saw that 50-yard pass to Dion Harris just moments ago.
Antley continues to attack with purpose. And that's Sabodio. Hope grind. 74th minute. Rowdies likely to improve to an 18-win season after tonight. We're going to go over the 60-point mark as well. And this just about solidifies a home match for the Rowdies. In fact, it does. Rowdies needed to win or tie here tonight to solidify that one home match. So the question is, can they possibly get two? Still very good chance of that if they can keep playing perfect soccer, and then you never know. An upset in round one, Memphis could easily go down. Memphis not going to be used to being there in the postseason.
Memphis 901 has completely changed their fortunes. I mean, last season they were middle of the road pack, and now talk about the toast of the town in the East. May not have won the East, but talk about right there behind Louisville.
Harris, 2E2. Junior gets it to Lucky Mkosana. Now spreads it to Law. A couple good touches there by number 6. Antley sends it to Lucky. Lucky in some traffic. And the ball gets sent out.
So
far side now, Castellanos on top of it. At Boat, we make the best gear for you to enjoy life on the water, from paddle boards to floating docks. Committed to pushing the boundaries of innovation, style, and design to help you stand apart. Stop by our St. Pete store to get the Boat experience.
So the Rowdies with El Paso coming up on Wednesday, and next Saturday Memphis 901 has the New York Red Bulls 2 to play. I mean, I think there's a good chance the Memphis could get over on the Red Bulls, but where it can get a little tricky is on October 15th. FC Tulsa will host Memphis 901 for the last game of the season. And of course, Rowdies, their last game, I believe, is against the Red Bulls. So they will have the Red Bulls.
Harris puts it in the direction of Mkosana.
So if the Rowdies hold serve against El Paso and Memphis hold serve against the New York Red Bulls, it's all to play for in that final match, where Memphis will go up against FC Tulsa and the Rowdies will take on the Red Bulls. That'll be an interesting 90 minutes of USL action on the final day. Just looking at the pressing by the Rowdies, not letting up. We talk about game time practice. This is it. The Rowdies trying to mimic what they're going to do in a sort of an intense playoff game by pressing teams, especially in this 4-3-3.
Junior E2 continues to be involved. And that's Liata, the former League One star, going down there on the far side. Loudoun United just 27 points coming into tonight. 8 wins, 20 losses, and 3 draws. Team is settled in to being the second team of DC United. And now Abukara trying to attack. Ran into Lewis Hilton. And Hilton able to take it away. Rowdies playing keep away.
I think the other player that the Rowdies are really looking to get back in stride is Steven Dos Santos. I mean, when you can put goals on the board, it really puts teams in awkward positions, and Dos Santos and Guenzati did that last year. And the Rowdies would want those two going again.
Nice ball here from Hilton. Deon Harris with it. Here's Tate Johnson running. Rowdies getting in another cross. Good idea by the youngster. What it must be like for him, the adrenaline rushing for number 47. Tate Johnson had a chance to get on the pitch here at Al Link Stadium. Nice crowd on hand. Not many of these opportunities, once in a lifetime. Not many players of his caliber get this chance. Johnson just overruns that. As you look over the substitutes, Steven Dos Santos is up for the Rowdies. Castellanos trying to get to this one, and he will in the corner.
You know, we talk about forwards. Let's go back to Castellanos, getting that header, getting that goal. Just him being on the pitch, and here comes Dos Santos. We talked about him getting going again. But Castellanos, him being on the pitch and playing the next 3 games at home, getting some momentum. The Rowdies desperately need that sort of anchor at the back, and Seb Dahlgard with a terrific strike coming off. But boy, do the Rowdies need the man from Cape Verde to get going.
So Dos Santos on. Dahlgard, after a solid shift, heads to the bench. And Dahlgard really changed your mind after that goal. He had sort of struggled to find his way tonight until that strike.
Yeah, he was turning backwards more often than not and just retreating, not taking players on like Deon Harris is going to do right now. This is what you need from your right winger. That sort of play. Yeah, it didn't work, but the intent was there. And that's what you want from your coaching staff. You'd want that from your winger. And Steven Dos Santos comes on and raises the finger as a 2, which means the Rowdies have gone to 2 forwards and gone to a flat 4-4-2. Antley, Scarlett, Castellanos, and the youngster. And then we have Etu, Hilton, Harris, and Nicky Law in midfield with Dos Santos and Lucky Mkusana up top.
'82nd minute. Michael Downs. Tremendous length he brings to the pitch. Look at Harris intercepted. And Deon Harris delivers this one. Lucky Mkusana is going to shoot it just high. And Lucky can't believe he misses that.
Drew, I'm not going to play the lottery tonight. Lucky Mkusana just missed an easy chance. Nobody played the lottery. Look at this. He raises his head up too soon. And Lucky Mkusana just usually flawless with his technique. It let him down. So Drew, on your way home, do not stop in the gas station. Do not play the lottery.
Not much of a lottery player otherwise. I'd rather stop for a cheeseburger.
All right, so he doesn't like Jacksonville and he loves cheeseburgers, everybody. Drew Fellows.
Very simple man.
Yes. Yes.
Abdul, boy, Harris right now is a terror. Dos Santos going to try and start a run. Rowdies intercepting another. And now Johnson, the youngster. He'll serve one up. Oh, Lucky! Right back for the 6th goal of the night. And it's Johnson getting the assist. What a moment.
Brilliant finish by Lucky, but this is all Tate Johnson. He anticipated the run by Lucky Mkusana and he bent the ball around the defender. Just stop that, Tate Johnson. And Lucky Mkusana just toe pokes it to get on the ball. Beautiful finish, but what about the ball by the youngster? Served on a platter. And the man from Zimbabwe continues to score.
So it's Lucky's 4th goal of the season, and Johnson going to be a fan favorite. He keeps on doing that. What a splash he has made.
And now he's thinking, do I play a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 from here on in, Coach Collins? Do I abandon the 3-5-2 or the 3-4-3? And that is a good problem to have. You can see his hand on the chin thinking, wow, if this is going to be a common sight, what do I do now?
What a night it has been. Seen just about a little bit of everything.
What a ball.
And Breno trying to secure that clean sheet. Would be his first as a Rowdy.
Poor control by Abukura, but a great ball to him in between Jordan Scarlett and Connor Antley. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Oh. Johnson running. Dos Santos feeds Law. Harris on the ground, comes out.
I tell you what, that is some beautiful, beautiful football being played right now. The touch by Nicky Law into Deon Harris's path to get the shot was sublime. And what about Tate Johnson's decision to roll it into Dos Santos, who switched the play?
Moments like this, you look at the Rowdies. Tampa Bay has a stellar professional team in their backyard. If you're a soccer fan, you come out, you support this team, you're going to be treated to moments like this. Just pure brilliance we've seen in the second half.
When they're in full flight, the Rowdies team would come downhill, play with pace, play with aggression. It is a sight to see, and Allang Stadium is the ultimate stage.
Harris attacking.
Oh!
7 in the books. It's day on for the Rowdies, and this one is completely out of hand.
But look at the technique, Drew. Look at the aggression, Drew. Deon Harris did not look behind. He had the green light. He just shifted, went one way, and finished the other. That is certainty in yourself, confidence in yourself. And this young man is going to put pressure on the coaching staff to get into this starting lineup.
When I say we've seen everything tonight, we have seen literally just about everything. Rowdies are heading into the postseason with a full head of steam. You almost feel for the visitors right now. They have taken it on the chin.
Yeah, especially after that huge win. We talked about the momentum after Monterey Bay. This team...
You saw Ryan Martin just look at his watch.
Yeah.
Hey, it is time to get out of here.
Yeah, it is. It is. If you're Loudoun United, you literally have to just try to shake this off and get to the next game.
So Brino will head over and pick it up. Harris back into position, 88th minute.
Well, with the quick turnaround on Wednesday, the question is for this coaching staff, how much of a shuffle do you make for the starting lineup? I think players like Connor Antley will continue to play. Lewis Hilton, of course, irreplaceable. Castellanos has a lot of catching up to do with minutes. He's going to play.
Hilton will switch the point of attack.
Question is, when does Lawrence White come back in? Maybe Dos Santos gets the nod to start on Wednesday to get him going. Junior Etsu may start for Jan Ekra because his minutes are being managed.
White, the Rowdies leader in yellows, 10 yellows on the year.
That's right.
As Law and the Rowdies still with their foot on the gas pedal. Harris backs it out. Is there a point, Ryan? I know everybody wants to get on the score sheet, but is there a point where you kind of just call off the dogs just a little bit?
No, I think the ultimate respect is to continue playing the game the right way. And the right way is the objective to score goals. If you start to play around with the ball, you're then insulting the team, and you're not playing with the objective, which way the game is supposed to be played. So I understand your point, but it actually has a reverse effect.
Rowdies completely blowing this game open in the second half. 4 goals adding to their 3 in the first. Now it's Lucky with E2. Everybody hungry. And the crowd wants more.
Look at Deon Harris coming in from right midfield to try to get in on that one. Look at the movement.
Rowdies offensively scoring more than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have scored this year, just about. Up a touchdown here. Into 90th minute. Should have a little bit of extra time. Not much, though.
I think the referee and referee staff should have some mercy and blow this thing off right after this play.
2 minutes extra time, 2 minutes.
Oof.
And now E2 taken down from behind. And that was Freeman. He'll gather a yellow.
Do not want to see injuries at this point in the game. And Freeman just trying to save face. E2 has his step. And Freeman just tries to stop E2 as he comes downhill on that counter-attack. Now, this one is a ways out. But Lewis Hilton, if there's anybody in the USL that can strike it from there, is the man from Cornwall, England, which his mother and father corrected me. It is on the southeastern side of England. And for those who don't know, Lewis Hilton is quite the cricket player. His dad was played professional cricket in England, and Lewis played cricket as well, of course, turning towards football, and now playing professionally. But let's see if Lewis Hilton really digs his heels in and goes for goal. I hope he does. Oh!
He was going for it. Boy, Lewis Hilton's so aggressive. The motor, the engine. Again, his parents, Tina and Jim, visiting our booth before the contest, just beaming. As soon as they got here to the Bay Area, they were immediately dodging Hurricane Ian.
Yes.
They just had smiles on their face tonight from ear to ear watching their son Lewis compete.
Yeah, they follow the games on ESPN Plus all the time. They thoroughly enjoy it. So they couldn't be prouder to have Lewis Hilton play for the Rowdies.
Here comes that man. Little stutter step from Dayon Harris. Oh, wow. He's got the brace. 8-0.
It's getting a little scary because he's making it look easy, Drew. He's making hard things look easy. What he's doing right now is not an easy feat. Taking players on, and look at the finish. He puts it right down in the corner. Yes, Downs gets a touch, but the technique is there. The aggression is there. And that's a scary sight to see when Dayon Harris is just making a mockery.
So the final time Tampa Bay will play Loudoun United in USL Championship, and the Rowdies giving them quite a send-off party here. An 8-goal explosion. I mean, we have seen offensive onslaughts, nothing quite like what we've witnessed tonight.
Is it a record in our
I've never called an 8-goal game here. This is definitely one for the books. You feel for Loudoun, but for the Rowdies, a statement. Tampa Bay in tremendous form. They do it without their top scorer, Leo Fernandez. Perino, the clean sheet. Collins, excited. 8-0, statement made. Final wrap on this show coming up next on ESPN Plus.
We help our patients live life without pain.
I help patients get back on their feet.
Getting my patients moving moves me.
I help patients go through orthopedic surgery smoothly.
I help patients take their first steps after hip replacement.
It's not just an ID badge, it's a badge of honor. Learn why 98% of our patients are walking within 24 hours of surgery at BayCareTotalJoint.org.
Every day, I help patients live happier lives.
BayCare, humanity at work.
50 years of automotive excellence doesn't just happen. It's built on a commitment to that excellence, and we wouldn't change a thing. I'm excited to announce Reeves Import Motor Cars is now part of the Morgan Auto Group family, giving you an unparalleled buying and service experience that's uniquely Morgan, like the Experience More guarantee at no additional cost. But it's more than selling you a vehicle. It's the experience, the lifestyle. Introducing the all-new Morgan Import Motor Cars. Experience the lifestyle today. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Well, on Hispanic Heritage Night, the Rowdies playing with purpose, playing with a vengeance, trying to get back to top form. as they get ready for the postseason. Tough to top a night like tonight. 8-0, an explosion on Loudoun United, the final time the two teams will meet in USL Championship. Ryan, it was a highlight reel from the start.
Yep, it all started off with history. Seba Guenzati breaks Georgie Stoff's record. The leading scorer in Rowdies history belongs to this man, El Capitan. And then the howler by Zambudia. Castellanos, the big centre-back, gets on the score sheet. What a return for him.
So Rowdies would continue to put their foot on the gas pedal. Jake LaCava just before the end of the first half. That goal, I think, really broke the backs of Loudoun, because second half, they come out, tried a little bit of everything, but this Seba goal was just picture perfect.
It is a prototypical Guenzati finish coming from the sides. The technique was there. Connor Antley again, finding Sebastian Dahlgard, makes no mistake. Top bins, as they say. Yep, he does the finger wag. What a goal that was by the Great Dane.
Then it was Johnson, the youngster, the academy player, finding the great Lucky M. Kosana. Those two teaming up, the future and the present. And then Dayon Harris, couple sick goals off the bench.
Dayon Harris just took it to another level and brought 2 goals from the right midfield spot where he shouldn't have. And what a finish for the Rowdies, putting Loudoun United to the sword.
Take a look at the numbers. 8 goals for the Rowdies and a clean sheet. How about Brino in goal? He was tremendous. 20 shots to 11, and they own the possession.
Yeah, what a fantastic job. Coach Collins and the coaching staff have to be appreciative of the efficiency by this Rowdies team tonight. We talk about the shots on goal, 20 shots, 13 of them on goal, 8 goals as a result. Just a flawless performance by the home team tonight.
Upcoming schedule for the Rowdies, just 2 games remain in the regular season. El Paso comes in here Wednesday. That's a makeup game from Hurricane Ian. You can enjoy that right here on ESPN+. New York Red Bulls 2 will close it out a week from tonight, 7:30, both times, Wednesday and Saturday. And then the first round of the USL Championship postseason presented by Hisense coming up on the 22nd. Hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. The Rowdies light up the scoreboard. 8-0 over Loudoun United. Coach Collins intense, and it pays off. Total Rowdies domination for Ryan Davis and our phenomenal crew. I'm Drew Felios. Have a terrific weekend, everybody, and go Rowdies.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.